It's me, Mark and Gabe. We're now apparently one being. I don't understand. But welcome back, everybody, to the ETS tournament series for our semifinals match. We got a fun one. We've got Darkness versus Bradykin. So a little Jito Queen versus Xena Killers action. I'm going to pass it over to Gabe to do a really quick rundown, and then we're going to go ahead and get the players started pretty quickly as well, and just get into the action right away.
It's me. Okay. Anyways, so we have Bradykin versus Darkness, like you just said, and I'm really excited about this because it is the Jito match and the Xenon Killers match. Both decks I'm pretty excited about. Maybe a little bit more the Xenon Killers deck, but it's like I like actually seeing Jito come back. Like actual Frontier Jito, the card, now at 2 power. You can't stop him. I'm interested to see how it plays out because I think Ion is a really, really big problem for Jito. I think that Jito has a chance versus Argenport, and I think that's why it was able to get to top 8, and that's what Darkness was aiming for. But versus this Xenon deck, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's a completely fair assessment. But I mean, if Bradykin doesn't draw Ion, then that's really the only source of life gain that Bradykin's kind of got going on. And Darkness is still going to be able to go much wider, as we're already seeing. Turn 1 Oni Ronin, always a good thing.
Oh yeah, that's where you want to be. And Twin Brood Sauropod is not where you want to be on Bradykin's side. That is one of the slowest cards in the deck. It's an amazing card in the deck because of the synergy with it's just card advantage without having to actually play any other card advantage, and it's 2 triggers for Dawnwalker, and it's great with Dark Return, but not great versus aggro because it's slow.
Yeah, and this Dawnwalker is not going to actually do anything. That Varus, I actually like playing the Varus favor. Go ahead, just kill that Frontier Jito.
Yeah, I'm actually not against that at all because if Darkness was for some reason in a situation where like all he has is Torch, you're now giving him something to play instead of not having anything to play. But that's not the case. He's got more threats. So Dawnwalker's going to work out fine here. And then he's going to be able to either play another Dawnwalker or Verisaver next turn.
Yeah, and I love this. Darkness can, like, Bradykin can go ahead and attack, but it really doesn't matter because we have the Shadowlands Guide in Darkness's hand. So that's going to be able to bring back more than likely the Frontier Jito.
Well, funny thing, can't happen anymore. Rest in pieces.
What? Why?
Because it's a 2. It costs 2 now.
Oh, well, I'm referencing old decks. Well, that Oni Ronin's going to come back. That'll be pretty nice. Oh, and I really like that Rapid Shot. Well, I don't know if at the cost of not being able to play your Shadowlands Guide. I don't know about that. I kind of like playing the Shadowlands Guide.
I didn't like it that turn. But I do like generally freeing up your power. Like a lot of times Rapid Shot, you're like, okay, I'm saving it for removal. Wait, why I now can't play 2 cards in a turn and I wish I had just gotten in 4 more damage. So I'm definitely into proactive Rapid Shots in a deck this aggressive, but I don't think that was the time for it.
Yeah, I agree. So we're more than likely going to be seeing Oni Ronin come back. Yeah, and Bradykin's at 10, but he's going to be able to play 2 Argenport Instigators this turn. I think Brady's made it around the corner.
I don't know about that. Ooh. Like Instigator hurts him. He's still taking 2, 3.
Yeah, I don't like these Dawnwalkers. Like I understand why he's doing it, but I'd rather maybe not. Maybe that's wrong.
Imagine a Bandit Queen on this board.
Yeah, that would not be great.
Or would it? Depends on who's perspective.
Well, I guess it would not be great for Bradykin.
But yeah, this is kind of awkward. I definitely did not like playing both Instigators. I'm glad that he didn't do that because he just does so much damage to himself. Now he kind of has to just to block, but it's still really dangerous.
What is Darkness doing? Like looking at Darkness list, like what's Darkness doing that's going to punish him with the Instigators? Like the Dawnwalker
playing Rally. just like attacking and then playing rally, and then Bradykin does 6 to himself. Like that's insane.
Okay,
right?
Sure. Yeah. All right. No, I can get behind it. I guess I'm not thinking about wasn't thinking about rally, which is like the entire purpose of this deck. So yeah, ignore what I'm saying. It's been a long but short day. It's good.
But I mean, he doesn't have it, and Bradykin knows that he doesn't have rally. I think if he had rally, it would have been played by now.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good draws in Darkness's deck now. Even with some bigger units now on the board, he's not out of the water yet.
Yeah, like if we see a Jito Queen is probably the best draw, right?
That's what the Bandit Queen. She just is the Queen of Jitos now.
Wait, what did I say? Did I say Jito Queen?
Yeah, Jito Queen. Yeah,
oh yeah, Bandit Queen. That's what
I've definitely called her Burn Queen before. I was like, oh yeah, let me just draw Burn Queen.
Little 40. So yeah, this is not this looks like game for Darkness, right? Because Darkness can't even block.
Yeah, no longer can Darkness block. This Death Strike comes down, and I think it passes back to and then Brady can just attack, and that's lethal. There's no way for Darkness to survive through this.
I don't know. I would have appreciated it if another Argenport Instigator was drawn, and so all 4 were there, and then Torch.
Yeah. Oh man, that would have been really rude. Holy cow.
All right, but there we go. So that's going to be game 1 going to Bradykin. And again, no sideboarding. So we're going to jump right back into the match. Or presumably we'll be jumping right back into the match.
We'll get there together. All right, so I have the game open now.
All right.
So this is a double iron hand, but only 2 power from Bradykin.
I
just going to toss it.
Oh man, I don't. Oh, he kept it. The greed. The greed is real. Cow. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, he does have Instigator on turn 2, right? And he does win, basically, if he ever draws a 3rd power without dying.
Yeah, we got to make sure that we get that second shadow influence, though. Otherwise, if for some reason we go second time here,
oh wow,
not going to be as good. I mean, like the 2 Instigators off the top are what make this hand salvageable, right? But like this hand was the definition of greed, and it's paying off because of some not terrible top decks. However, Darkness has rally though, and we're getting into that situation that you were talking about with these 2 Argenport Instigators potentially doing 4 damage.
So this time we have the opposite. Darkness has the payoff cards, does not have the okay, well, he did draw the 3rd power, so this Shogun Scepter is going to be a big deal, probably.
Oh, and I love these blocks by Bradykin. The big reason, right, is that you don't want to put Grenadin Drone into the yard. By putting just the Grenadin and the Knife Jack into the yard, those are 2 far worse things that Shadowlands Guide can be getting back. Whereas if you put in Grenadin Drone, you're just giving 2 bodies to him for free, basically.
Yeah, that is the standard. If anyone ever sees a Grenadin Drone come down and like, which one do I block? You block the Grenadin, not the Grenadin Drone. I've seen that mistake a number of times. You just leave the Grenadin Drone on the field.
Yeah. Well, Bradykin finding that Seek power, giving them the 3rd power, they're going to get pretty low here, but I think you're fine, right? With those double ions. I don't think Darkness can win this.
Fine is a stretch. Fine is definitely a stretch.
Stretch, yes, right? But all right, so he flashes this in.
He is dead, right? He is exactly dead. So
yeah,
I'm pretty
he goes
sure
up to
that's
5. Yep.
not fine.
It's
okay.
Fine. All right, so that is so now we're 1-1. We're going to be moving to sideboards. What are we expecting here?
Well, hopefully not to keep a hand that greedy, but I think Suffocates from Bradykin. So let me just go over the sideboards really quickly.
Sure.
On Bradykin's side, he's got Suffocates, the full 4. He's got an extra Banish, Death Strike, couple Stewards, an extra Twin Brews, some Mystic Ascendants, and 2 Predatory Carnosaurs. So the Twin Brews and Mystics, that's for those late game grindy matchups where he just wants more card advantage. Predatory Connoisseur, really great in these mid-range matchups to just take over the board. Steward of the Past does a lot of different things. Great attacking through these time decks and great at attacking Dawnwalker and things like that. But it's a bit slow for, it doesn't really, you don't care about Shadowlands Guide. Like, that's not a real thing. So I think mostly what he's looking at is the Suffocates and the Banish, and he's going to be trying to lower his curve a little bit. On Darkness's side, he has 4 Instigators, 4 Cinder Yeti, and 3 Combust, and 4 Scrap Tank. So he's looking to probably bring in potentially the Combusts, because just removing something like a Sandstorm Titan for at the cost of 1 little Grenadin is really great. Also can put in something in the yard that you want to give back a Shadowlands Guide. Like it's fine. It's just a really high tempo removal spell, and that's what you're looking for in a deck this aggressive. And then Artport Instigator, I'm not sure this is the matchup for it. I don't think he would have to be cutting payoff cards or cutting 1-drops, and I think he just wants to go fast. I mean, I like it better than Jito because Jito's not great. But anyways, Cinder Yeti, though, is a real consideration because of how important Bradykin's blockers are. That cutting him off a blocker for 1 turn and playing a threat can be lethal. So I actually quite like Cinder Yeti in these, like against things like Combre or whatever, where they're tapping out, spending all their power a turn just to play their 1 threat. Cinder Yeti can be really powerful in the same way that Praxis' Placer or something is good. But I'm not sure what to cut. So I'm interested to see what choices that both players make as they move on. And we actually just got them into game. Perfect.
Excellent. Yeah, so let's see what's kind of going on.
So I do see the Suffocates on Bradykin's side. He did leave in some Twin Brood Sauropods at the very least. I really highly doubt he brought any more in. But
yeah, it's still kind of a questionable card for me.
Okay,
but
so I actually like leaving in Twin Brood Sauropod because, and I'll tell you why. Some of the other forms of card advantage, the disadvantages of Twin Brood Sauropod being a 5/4, which is not like great stats, are negated by Darkness playing such an aggressive deck with such just 1/1s or whatever. So really, you just want the most bodies possible.
Okay.
So Twin Brood Sauropod is better than Mystic Ascendant or Carnosaur or something because you can play it earlier and it's just 2 bodies. It is not better than any unit that you can play earlier, but it's still definitely fine because the size of your units matters a lot less here. And Bradykin's stuck on time influence, which is a big deal.
Well, and just power in general, right?
Yeah, both players, but obviously Darkness is supposed to function on 2 power.
Yes. Whereas Bradykin, not so much. Bradykin getting their first time sigil, but not going to do too terribly much. Banish is now on. Annihilate was on before. Yep. So I have to imagine the 3/2 Pyro Knight's going to go away. What do we have? Ooh, Rapid Shot. Okay. All right. Getting Bradykin down to 12 here.
And I really like that Rapid Shot in this situation because of how tight Darkness is on power. There's no way he's playing 2 Rapid Shots in a turn. If he draws a power, he's just playing the Shogun Scepter. So I think that's a heads-up play. And also you can see he brought in the Combust, which I agree with.
Yeah. Bradykin, I like Bradykin not firing off the Banish just yet. I also like Darkness not firing off the Rapid Shot. There we go. There's the Banish coming down, but Darkness still gets a unit out of this, so it's still ultimately kind of a win-win here. Now we get to attack in, and this should be lethal, right?
Rapid Shot is lethal, yeah. Bradykin just never found the power to play out their cards, and also it's just kind of Darkness's deck just did what it does. It's just a little too fast for Bradykin, for Xenon. Really.
Well, does that mean that we will? Are we going to have a Jito Queen versus Argenport in the finals?
It could potentially happen. I think Darkness still has to take 1 more game for that to be the match. We're at 1-2, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying because it's Argenport mirror on the other side.
Oh yeah, we're definitely 50% cows all the way through to the end.
Yeah, that's what I was more, because like I do agree that I think that Darkness has a much better matchup against Argenport than they do Zenith.
Yeah, I mean, Argenport does have some good early game and some better removal, but it's not removal that they don't have. Like Vanquish and Slay is not where you want to be against Assembly Line, right?
Yeah. No, I 100% agree, and I guess my comment was more you can get under them a lot easier, I guess, is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, because they don't have Ion. They do have the Bloodletters and the Thrive Falchions, though, so left alone, they completely close out the game, whereas Xenon still leaves a bit of a window open.
Yeah, but that's still like turn 4. And I feel like most of Darkness's games are going to be decided in the first like 3 turns.
Yeah, and this is looking all right for Bradykin here. He has only taken 1 damage. He's able to play out units. He's got a Steward coming down next turn, and then he's going to be able to continue playing units throughout the game.
All right. So I guess just because he's going to be able to get it back with the Shadowlands Guide, is attacking you with everything, gets 2 points of damage in, gets that back, and then hopefully you draw like a Bandit Queen off the top.
I mean, he's just trying to get in as much damage as he can, right?
Yeah.
Sitting around doing nothing does nothing. So he's got to push for as much damage as he can.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know.
I think this start was a little too slow from.
I agree. I agree. And that's why like it's at that point, are you really just trying to like squeak in these extra points of damage when your opponent's still at such a high life total, or is it more important to build up your board and then do some crazy rally Bandit Queen nonsense? That's what I was kind of pushing towards, and I don't know.
I think you don't mind losing 1 Grenadin drone. I think that's where it's totally fine.
Okay, yeah, which is completely fair. Interesting that Sauropod is not coming down. Like with only 1 card in hand and 5 power, like what's the most broken thing that can happen that like you're playing Vara's favor?
Well, it probably involves Jito giving something charged. So,
Yeah, but like assembly line is like the worst case scenario that I can think of, right? And like so it'd have to be assembly line and rally, but they only had 2 cards in hand and only 5 power, so they needed a whole bunch. They needed a bunch of things there. I guess I would have rather have been a little bit more power efficient, I guess is what I'm saying.
That's fair. I mean, they were both power efficient, right? They both used 5 power.
Yeah,
I don't think it really mattered. I don't think either play really mattered. I always like playing the Dawnwalker first, so you can potentially get the most activations out of it. But yeah, I think this is pretty close to being sealed up for Bradykin, because it's going to be really difficult for and that's just the Interrogator. It's just so good. It's going to be really difficult for Darkness to pull anything out here.
All right, well, we're going to get to game 5 that way then. Let's see. What do we, Darkness? What'd you draw? A little thumbing over it a little bit. Ooh, Shogun Scepter. Okay. Well, now this trades with anything that is going to be blocking. If you're breaking, do you just take it?
I feel comfortable trading a unit for that. I just want to give, like, every opportunity I get to like really go 1-for-1 against Darkness's deck, I'll take, because as the game goes on, I get more card advantage, and my win percentage, my chance to win this game goes up. So anything I can do to extend the length of the game, I'll take.
Yeah, that seems completely reasonable. There's a jackknife coming down. It's just like nothing that Darkness is going to draw and play is actually going to do much. This is getting a little greedy in my perspective. Well, I guess not really, because like he has to block or else he just dies, right? So never mind.
Yeah, I think Bradykin's playing this very well, and I think Darkness is doing well to not give up. There were possibilities in both players' draws where Darkness can take this game, but Bradykin has done a really good job not letting any of that, like making any misplays to give Darkness some way back into the game, and that's going to be 2-2 tied up there. Sometimes you play a deck with 16, 21 drops and you don't draw them, anywhere until turn 4, and so that'll happen.
Yeah, wait, how many 1-drops is it? It is 20. No, there's 20 1-drops in this deck. Wow.
Not
It looks
to be confused with 21 drops, 21 drops.
21 costed drops. Our graphic a little bit off since we're showing Rapid Shot as a 1 cost, which hasn't been that way in a little bit, but
we're back in. This is it. This is game 5 right here, and we have a 1-drop from Darkness.
Oh boy. Darkness's hand.
Cinder Yeti. Hold on. Timeout.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that bad Yeti. Look at him. I wanted to use a different adjective. No, okay. So I tried to use a different adjective, but my brain failed me. Bad is in like intimidating, like he's gonna rough you up. Anyways.
Okay. Ooh, all right. So Brady can go ahead and play out the Argenport Instigator, but that's not actually going to do too terribly much on this board. I mean, Darkness is kind of forced into rapid shotting. They're assuming you want to keep the Sanguar alive, but maybe you don't even care and you just let that trade off and then you just play your assembly line.
Yeah, I mean, if I draw a 3rd power, I don't really want to rapid shot, but because I have nothing else to do this turn, I play the rapid shot.
Oh, that's right, because the seat's going to be depleted. Yep. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and play that. Next turn, you can potentially play the Cinder Yeti.
Yeah, from Darkness's perspective, you just want to do whatever's the most tempo efficient play because you want the least amount of turns to go on, the game to go on for the least amount of turns possible.
So actually, I was about to say, is Shogun Scepter the correct play here? And it looks like it is. How do you feel about, like, normally I agree distributing your threats is great, but when your opponent's playing like Suffocate and then they have the just like giant blockers, I don't know. What's your take on that in terms of like loading everything up on one unit versus kind of spacing it out?
I mean, knowing me, I would have done the same thing, but like had that been an Annihilate, that would have been the correct play. Either way, though, Bradykin is just really far behind on tempo here.
Oh yeah.
I think, like, I don't know if this Ion is going to be enough to save him.
I don't know either. Especially, we'll see what was drawn there. Okay, so it was just a power. So this is going to come in, probably jump in front of the Oni Ronin. Yeah, that's going to gain 3 life. It's going to put him up to 1. Okay. Oh wow.
Another Ion is huge here.
That is quite big.
Okay, remember Cinder Yeti though.
Yeah, Cinder Yeti's going
he's
to.
Just dead.
Yes.
He's just dead.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
And that's it. That is going to be game 5 going to Darkness. We're going to see. I mean, I can do math, right? He's dead. Okay.
Well, there's also a rapid shot in hand. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. He's very dead. Exceedingly dead.
Gaining
also,
no life.
Premium Ion. That should be important.
So this game also this is a Jito Queen versus Xenon Killers deck. Jito Queen ended the game at 51 life. Is that what it was? 53 life. 53 life.
Something like that.
Fun. I don't know. I find that funny.
Hey, I mean that'll happen. But yeah, that's super exciting to see Xenon Killers and Jito Queen, both decks that haven't really been around for a while, getting some new tools, mostly on the Xenon Killer side, and just getting to see them do well here, and now seeing them up against Argenport in the final round. Who won? Doesn't matter. Both Argenport.
Boom. Yeah. So we are going to see the Jito Queen versus the Argenport. And I know I mentioned this kind of in between matches, but having run into this new Jito Queen deck on ladder while also playing Argenport, it can get ahead of you very, very quickly and easily, and you just don't have an opportunity to catch up.
Yeah, so. I think in a best of 3, if the player who makes it through has sideboard access to Copperhall Bailiff, especially 4 copies, it could be tough for Darkness. But if they don't, I definitely see Darkness taking this one.
Okay. Yeah. I can get behind your assessment as well. But it does look like the Unearthly versus Thundershot game is going on. They're in game
Oh, yeah.
5. It's pretty deep. We're not going to really be cutting over to it, but
Can I tell you what's happening right now, because I'm looking at it? There are 3 impending dooms on the board and a 5/5 Bart. It's pretty spicy, and it looks like Thundershot's about to win with an unblockable Bartholo. But man, it is very
Beautiful.
close. Oh, never mind. Unearthly killed himself by playing a 3rd impending doom, and then ending the turn dealing 3 damage to himself.
So that match is done now too?
Yeah, I believe that's going to be Thundershot taking it over Unearthly.
All right, so yeah, it's going to be Darkness versus Thundershot. So with that, we'll take a quick break, guys, and then we'll be right back, everyone. Yeah.